All right. We're live on Facebook. Good evening, y'all. It is just after 7 p.m. We are live with Swagger Magazine. And tonight we are talking about spiritual protection and energetic cleansing. But, y'all, if you could just give me one moment, I'm going to share this live to my other pages so that people can join us and join in on the conversation. It's going to take just a little bit of time for the chat to load, but let me know if you can hear me. Put some ones in the chat to let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me okay. And we are going to get started in just a second. So just give me a moment. I want to make sure I share this everywhere. And if you are joining with me and you want to talk about, hi, we got some people on TikTok from Australia. I see Rhode Island. Thank you for joining me, guys. We're talking tonight about spiritual protection and energetic cleansing. And I chose this topic actually because it is not the first thing that people normally think of, right? When we think of spell work, when we think of honoring our ancestors, when we talk about spirituality, oh, yay, thank you. I see some comments. They're finally coming in, y'all. Y'all can hear me. Yay. Hello. Hi, Linda, Brittany, Michelle, Daryl. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And so I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself, and you'll see me doing a little bit of work down here, y'all, but I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself while I'm sharing this to other pages. So my name is Sharena Loggins. I am the owner and founder of the Regal Phoenix. I own a crystal and metaphysical shop. We are primarily online. The shop is theregalphoenix.com. And what we mostly do is sell crystals. We sell crystal kits, but we also sell metaphysical supplies. So everything that you need to go along with your crystal kits, we offer that in our shop. So again, the shop is theregalphoenix.com. I've had the shop since 2018, and just a little bit about how the shop came about. I had what I call a rock bottom season. Oh, thank you. I got a message that said I'm really pretty. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I had what I call a rock bottom season. And out of this rock bottom season came my business, the Regal Phoenix. Prior to opening the Regal Phoenix, I owned real estate brokerage. Actually, I still have the real estate brokerage, but and I was a broker for 15 years at the time, and I fell on hard times, no fault of my own, but really just life kind of kicked me down. And at the time, everything that I could think of or everything that I couldn't think of was going wrong in my life. So what happened was basically I had kind of a breakdown, right? But I also had this spiritual awakening. I started to focus on myself and my spirituality and get closer to God. And in doing that, I opened a whole new world for myself, and I actually changed my life. And part of that was opening the Regal Phoenix and actually sharing the power of crystals with people that I know, and sharing the power of crystals with really the world after seeing how crystals helped me and how I was able to heal through my spirituality. It became my purpose. I wanted to share those things with as many people as I can. So I'm not in the business of actually trying to convince people into spirituality or into being spiritual or practicing in any type of way, so to speak. What I'm more so interested in doing is helping those that actually want to learn more about spirituality and helping those that actually want to honor their ancestors and things like that. A lot of times we go through things on our journey. We go through things in life that actually push us into spirituality or push us into having a spiritual awakening. But once we have that spiritual awakening, we don't know what to do next. Hi, I see some people from Charlotte, North Carolina. Um, some people saying, I know what you mean. So we got some people really relating to what I'm saying tonight. And so a lot of times when people embark upon this journey of spirituality or they enter the world of spirituality, there's this, what do I do next? Or they go to the internet to find out what do you do next. And really what you need is guidance from a mentor or someone that has actually been there or been on the journey, somebody that you can trust. And when it comes to choosing somebody to be that mentor, that person for you, you have to use discernment. So this is one of the first times that you actually want to tap into your power and use discernment to choose somebody to actually guide you on that journey. So I'm actually that person for some people, and I fought it for a long time, but it's my job to share this knowledge that I have, and it's my job to help other people learn how to venerate their ancestors and protect themselves spiritually. A lot of times we don't know when we're under attack, but a lot of what's going on in the world right now is spiritual warfare, guys, and we need to know how to protect ourselves. How do we learn how to protect ourselves if no one ever wants to share? And we have this thing in the spiritual community where people complain that we don't want to share the knowledge, or spiritual people can be really mean. And so I don't want to continue that culture of being mean or not sharing the knowledge. It's my job to share the knowledge, it's my job to help, and it's my job to guide you along this journey if that's what you want to do. So thank you for joining us tonight. We are talking about spiritual protection and energetic cleaning, because that is your first line of defense when you embark upon this journey of spirituality. A lot of times we get people that ask for spell work, or they want to know about spell work. They want to know how to attract a lover, or how to keep a lover from cheating on them, and all those type of things. Um, and that's really not what spirituality about. So first, let's talk about spiritual protection. If you have any questions, I'd like for you to go ahead and drop them in the comments. Let me know if you have any trouble hearing me or seeing me. But I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. So let's go ahead and talk about spiritual protection. The first line of defense that you have in terms of spiritual protection is not even a ritual or a spell or anything that you do. It's your ancestors. It's those that came before you, those whose bloodline runs through your veins. Your ancestors are your first line of spiritual protection. And we talk about energetic cleaning and we talk about energy, but what a lot of people that don't understand is that when our ancestors and our grandparents and people close to us, when they pass away, it's just their physical body that's dying. It's not their essence. It's not their soul, their spirit, their energy. That remains alive, and it goes into another dimension, another spiritual dimension. And so they're still there, and they're still with us, and we can still keep in contact with them, and we can also assist them on the next leg of their journey in whatever realm that they're in. And the way that we do that is that we honor our ancestors. So I don't know about y'all, but when I was young, my grandmother had this living room that you could not go in. The living room was for show, but it had pictures of all of our ancestors, my grandmother's parents, my grandfather's parents, those that came before us, aunts, uncles, all these black and white photos of people. And she also had candles in that room too. And, you know, as children, we just know the room to be that room that you can't go and sit in. Not really anything else, but just that space that you can't access because it's too nice, or, you know, that's the room with grandma's nice furniture. But this room was more of a family shrine, right? It was more of an altar. Our grandparents were celebrating and keeping our ancestors' stories and their names alive. And they were lighting those candles so that those spirits would have some place to go whenever they were on this earthly realm as spirits. They could come to a safe haven, a safe space, which was our home. And that candle guided the way. So your first line of defense, guys, is going to be your ancestors. If you have grandparents that have passed away, siblings, great grandparents, even if you don't know your ancestors, they can assist you on your journey. They can help you here on this earthly realm. And so the way that we venerate our ancestors, we can simply start with a picture and a candle. I always tell people that. And I get this question a lot on my TikTok. How do we start our altar? Because I've shared a couple of my altars on TikTok, and that's one of the most common questions. And so the answer to that question is that you can simply start with a picture and a candle. Please don't use obituaries because you have pictures and names of people that are still here on the earth realm, and they're still alive. So don't put that on your altar. Make a copy of the picture. If you can get a picture from somewhere, get a picture of your ancestor and just a picture and a white candle. You can use that to start your altar. What happens is that your altar will grow over time. And over time, you'll add offerings to your altar. You'll add water. You might add alcohol. I put fresh flowers on my altar. I have crystals. I have money, altar beads, oils, all type of things. I haven't even have things on my altar that my ancestors have requested of me. And so, as you begin to develop a relationship with your ancestors and your altar, they will communicate with you through dreams and through other people, and they will tell you if they want offerings or specific things. And if you so happen to put things on your offering that they don't like, they'll knock all that shit over. So if you ever wanted to see something spiritual or magical happen in your house, when you start communicating with your ancestors and communing with the spirits, if there's something that they don't like, they will let you know. So, creating an ancestor altar is really easy. And the first thing that I'm going to say that you should get is a picture of your ancestor, a white candle, a chalice to put some water in. I also have a ancestor bowl, a small bowl that I put water in because they use water for different reasons. So I have a couple of things of water on my altar. I also put fresh flowers on the altar, and I refresh the altar whenever it needs refreshing, because that's another question that people ask is how often do we refresh the altar? You refresh the altar whenever it needs refreshing. So if that's weekly, when the flowers are dead, however, whatever it means to you is your ritual. Because really, guys, what spirituality is you being consistent and you being ritualistic for you, for your ancestors. This is your relationship with God. This is your relationship with spirit. So whatever feels good to your heart, whatever feels right with your spirit, that is what you do. So if you need to refresh your altar weekly, then that is what you do. If you need to sit at your altar and have dinner and communicate with your ancestors, that's what you do to strengthen the relationship with them. Because they are going to be your first line of defense. Your ancestors are going to fight for you. They're going to go to bat with you. They're going to go to war with the demons for you. And because their blood runs through your veins, your altar too. Your body is an altar as well. So just keep that in mind that, you know, if your mom passed, if your son passed, if your brother passed, like me, my grandparents have both passed away. I've had aunts that have really stepped in and been there for me. They're gone. I have all of those people on my altar. And if you want to check out my TikTok, you can see what my altar looks like. It's the Regal Phoenix. All of my social media is the Regal Phoenix, so you can check out the stuff that I share and kind of see how I practice from the things that I actually share with social media. So moving on, y'all, you can put all of those things on your altar: figurines, cigarettes, weed, whatever. If your ancestors have vices, things that they like, they love those types of offerings. So put that stuff on their altar. If they had a favorite drink, if they drink Hennessy, put one of those little sample $2 bottles of Hennessy on the altar from the liquor store. I bet you they will love it. They will reward you. You will receive blessings sooner rather than later. So I want to go ahead and talk about other ways that you can tap into spiritual protection, because sometimes people are scared to tap into their ancestors. They're scared of ghosts, things like that. So we're going to move on to actual tools, metaphysical tools that you can use to tap into your spiritual protection. So if you like what you're learning here, what you're seeing, please like and share the broadcast. Please share it on your page. Tag your friends to come in and join us to learn about, spirituality, protection and energetic cleaning. Because before you get into money spills and love spills and all of those great things that come along with tuning in to spirit and the universe, you have to be protected first. So make sure you invite your friends, tag them in the comments, tell them to join us, because I'm giving y'all the spiritual game tonight. Okay? All right. So thanks for joining, y'all. Before I move forward, I just want to introduce myself again for those of you that are just joining us tonight. We're about 15 minutes in. My name is Sharena Loggins. I am the founder and owner of the Regal Phoenix. We are a crystal and metaphysical shop located online, theregalphoenix.com. I am a Reiki master and a crystal alchemist, and my shop primarily sells crystal kits, but we also sell all of the metaphysical supplies that go along with those crystal kits. So sage and incense, all of those things that you need to work with your crystals, we offer that as well. So thank you for joining us on the Swagger Magazine's page. I really appreciate you, Swagger Magazine, for having me tonight, and allowing me to speak to your audience about protecting themselves spiritually and cleansing themselves energetically. So moving right along, y'all, and just so you guys know, we cover ancestor veneration and ancestor altars in the beginning, so go back and watch the replay if you missed it. Okay, now to move on, we're going to talk about some tools for protection. Now, I just mentioned incense, so first things first is protection incense. Him is actually one of my favorite brands of incense to use. I love all of their smells. They're not too overpowering. They don't give me a headache. And I feel that like their intentions work really well with mine. So our magic meshes. So this is what we offer in the shop, Him Protection Incense. These are boxes of 8 and they're like $2. So for $2 you get 8 incense. That'll last you a whole week. And what I like to do is I take my incense and I write my intentions with the smoke in the air. And this particular incense, I use it on my ancestor altars with my grandparents. So I know they are going to protect me. I know my grandparents are going to look out for me. So I always like protection incense at their altar. I don't do it every day. I ain't even going to lie and tell y'all that I do it every day. But I do it often. Whenever I think about it, whenever there's something that I feel like I need to be protected from, whenever I'm thinking about my kids, I like this incense. So the protection incense is a good one, guys. We also have black tourmaline keychains. So the black tourmaline keychains, black tourmaline is a crystal. And it's really good for grounding. It's a black crystal, but it's also good for protection. So what black tourmaline does is it absorbs and it transmutes negative energy. So that black tourmaline, anything that's coming at you negative, it's going to absorb it on your behalf if you have it in your presence. But what we also use black tourmaline for is to protect our homes. So we'll take black tourmaline, and I have a bowl of it right here so I can show y'all. We'll take black tourmaline and you can put it in the 4 far corners of your house. And that'll protect your whole home. You do it on the first level and it'll protect the first and the second level going up. So black tourmaline is a good crystal to have in your house, to have it in your car. It's great to have in your protection altar. Smoky Quartz is another great crystal for you to have for protection. We don't have Smoky Quartz as a keychain, but we do have the black tourmaline. So that's a really great crystal to have. We also have jewelry. So something like a tiger's eye bracelet would be really good for protection. This is a really great protection stone. Notice the browns and the blacks in that one. So tiger's eye is really good for protection as well. And the tiger's eye is good for money. This is one of the stones that we have in our money kit also. So those are just a couple of tools that you can use for protection on yourself and around your home. Some other things that you could do for protection is actually cleanse and balance your chakras, cleanse your aura. When you cleanse your aura and you have a clean aura and a positive aura, that protects you. Your aura will protect you. And so ways that you can cleanse your aura is by using white sage, or you can even use a Sealanite wand. And a Sealanite wand is just a long piece of Sealanite. Excuse me, got a little tongue tied there. Sealanite is a stone of pure light, and what that means is that Sealanite does not absorb energy like the other crystals. Sealanite allows the energy to pass through, and when it comes out, it's pure light. So It doesn't absorb energy. It doesn't need to be cleansed like other crystals. It'll actually cleanse your other crystals for you. So if you have something like this, you can place crystals on top of it and actually cleanse the crystal. Hey, Fancy, thank you so much. So this is a good way to actually cleanse your aura and protect yourself from spiritual attacks and negative energy. And all you have to do is just kind of like wave it around you. If you know about your aura is like the light that surrounds your body, and it'll be different colors according to your chakra and its placement. And so you're basically just breaking up that energy field around you and cleansing it with the Sealanite. So this is a really great way to kind of clear out the smog and other people's energy. If you know, we talk about how you can absorb people's energy or you can feel other people's energy. That energy will get trapped in our aura, and we could just clean that out using a Sealanite water. So we also offer this in the store as well. This is a really easy way to just kind of ground yourself and cleanse yourself like every night when you come home. Especially, let's say you work in a hospital or you driving Uber or something like that and you're around people all the time. You want to kind of just cleanse it out. There's a lot of things you can use the Sealanite wand for, Fancy. So as I mentioned before, you can use the wand to cleanse your aura. You can use it to cleanse other crystals as well. You can use it to cleanse other people. So the same way that we cleanse our personal aura, we can do that for our friends and our family as well. And I also use them when I'm performing Reiki. So we do what's called energetic surgery. And we use the Sealanite wands to perform that as well. So this is a really cool tool that anybody can use to kind of cleanse your aura, cleanse your space as well, and your crystals. So since we have kind of moved into cleansing, after talking about protection and the protection of your aura, we're going to go ahead and just move all the way into cleansing and talk about cleansing ourselves and cleansing our space. So since we just used a stone to cleanse the aura, we also have some white sage. And what I have right here is a smudge kit. This smudge kit actually has everything that you need to energetically cleanse yourself and your space. So the smudge kit is on our website, and it has all of the elemental aspects that you need when you're doing a ritual. And I'm just pulling them out here so I can show them to you. And then I'm going to tell you how to use them too. Because what good are tools if you don't know how to use them, right? Okay. So white sage. This is the popular smudge stick. It's white sage. And all you do is light it with a lighter. You let the flame burn out. And the embers are going to burn golden. And you're just going to let it smoke. And you can just go around your person if you're cleansing yourself. Or you're going to go around your house if you're cleansing your home. So you can use this white sage to cleanse yourself, your home, your space, your car, your workplace. If they don't mind a little bit of smoke, you can use it for all of that. But ritualistically and ceremoniously, we use white sage to cleanse. So you can like cleanse yourself every morning or every night when you come home from work. I also recommend that we sage on Sunday. That's my little words. Sage on Sunday. My little quote, we smudge on Sunday, because that's the day that my family cleans up. We clean the house. We get ready for the week. And we smudge the entire house. But before you light your white sage, you want to make sure that you open up the windows and a couple of doors. You want to let that negative energy out of your house, guys. So you want to make sure that you open the windows up, a front door or a back door first before you light your sage. And when you light your sage, you're going to move about your house clockwise, in a clockwise fashion. And you're just going to tell the negative energy to leave. You're going to pray, whatever you feel comfortable with doing. That's what you're going to do when you move through your crib as you smudge it. We have an Abalone Shell. So this is your air and fire, right? Smoke and fire. This is your Abalone Shell. This is actually a fish for those of you who don't know. This is your water element. The Abalone Shell is actually a fish. But we use this to actually catch our embers as we're moving about the house, or we can use it to let the sage burn in as it's burning out. And so we can just carry it with us and kind of drop the ashes on here, and then you can just leave it burning somewhere. Now, what else we can do, because you know the smoke is gonna go up and it's gonna move about the house. Yep, fancy. You can say mantras while smudging too. That's a great idea. You can say affirmations. You can bless your home. If you feel like there are spirits, you can tell them to leave. It's really whatever makes you feel good and makes you feel comfortable. That is what you do for your ritual. It's not what I tell you to do. I can just give you the guidance and kind of give you some direction on what you should do. But you have to do what feels good to you. There is not one way to hoodoo or to do a thing, as we say. There are many ways to do a thing. And so what's right for you is right for you. What's right for me may not be right for you. So the other thing that we can do, right, we have the feather, a foul feather. We can use this to kind of guide the smoke into the directions that we want to go in, because we want to make sure that we hit all of the corners of every single room. So we can use that foul feather just to guide the smoke to wherever you need it to go, to make sure that every single room in your house is cleansed. So when you're done cleansing, you're going to just put your sage somewhere in that abalone shell and just let it go ahead and burn out. But we got to bring the good energy back in, because that white sage cleanses all of the energy out of the house, right? Negative, good, bad, we're going to cleanse it. But the other great thing about the white sage is that it's actually cleaning the air, which is great for our lungs. It's great for our health. So scientifically, white sage has health benefits as well. But once we're done cleaning, we got to bring some of that good energy back into the house, right? Or else we open ourselves up to any kind of energy. So that's what we use the Palo Santo for. We take the Palo Santo, same thing. You light it until it turns red, because you want it to burn for a little while. And then you just take that Palo Santo and you go through your house the same way, and you bless your house. Because our homes have spirits. If you believe in spirituality, everything around us has energy. The desk, the chair, all of our inanimate things have energy. So we need to cleanse and give it good energy and positive energy, okay? So that is included in the Smudge Kit, the Palo Santo. Like I said, you have everything you need, including a small Sealanite wand. So you can use a small size Sealanite wand to cleanse your aura, as I mentioned before. And it's also thick enough for you to put your crystals on top of. So all of this is included in our Smudge Kit. And it's the perfect thing to cleanse your home, your person, your office, your car, just whatever you need. And so I recommend that if you have crystals, or that you buy crystals, that you also get a Smudge Kit, because you're going to need it. Before you use your crystals, you need to cleanse them. And you need to also cleanse them regularly, because they absorb your energy, the energy of the earth around you. So you want to make sure that you're cleansing your tools as well. Sage can do all of that for you. Now, if you don't like the white sage, we also have the white sage in the form of an incense. So this is another tool that you can use. And you can use the incense just like a bundle of sage. So if you find that this is easier, or that you can tolerate the smell or the smoke better, this is a great alternative to a bundle of white sage. And like I said, it's cheaper too, because this is only $2, 8 sticks. You'll have it for the whole week. And then last but not least, we have another alternative. We have white sage spray. So the white sage spray is for those that might be allergic to smoke, or don't like smoke, can't stand the smoke, whatever it is. If you can't take the sage to work to cleanse your office, I got you covered. White sage spray. Take it and do the same thing. You just spray it around your office. It smells good. It has white sage essential oil. And just like I sprayed it, you can do the same thing around your office. You could do it around yourself, your coworkers. They might not know. Just clean their energy a little bit. It's perfect for a car if you're an Uber driver, Lyft driver, DoorDash, that type of thing. This is great for your car if you have people in your car, if you work with people. You put this in your purse and just cleanse your space, cleanse yourself, whatever you need. So, oh, you know what? I did not show y'all the chakra bracelets. I know we're talking about cleansing, but in talking about protection, I forgot to mention the chakra bracelets. We sell a bunch of different kinds of chakra bracelets, but this one is the most economical is $7, and it's the most popular. And these are just little mini crystal chips, but each one correlates to one of your 7 chakras. And so this is really good for protection because it keeps you calm, right? It keeps your energy clear. It makes you feel good. So that's a really good tool as well. And I'm sorry that I forgot to mention it, guys. So jumping right back in to cleansing, I just want to show y'all this essentials kit because I know a lot of people might be on here. They are new to spirituality, not quite sure about spirituality. They don't know if they're going to like the smell of sage. I have just a thing for you. It's called the Essentials Kit. And this Essentials Kit has like a small version of everything that you need to start your rituals and start your spiritual journey. So this just says your essentials have arrived. And inside we have a dope vibes only sticker. So this is just your reminder that we are only tolerating dope vibes. You can put the sticker anywhere. And I got a protection kit for you. So if you've never collected crystals, these might be your first few crystals that you collect. It's a protection kit. So we have the black tourmaline in there. Remember I mentioned the Smoky Quartz and also black obsidian. So these are all for protection and absorbing negative energy. So this is to keep your energy high and to block it from you, whatever's coming your way. We also have a small smudge kit in here. I hope you can see this, guys. So we got the feather, a small abalone shell. This is a little mini torch smudge stick and a Palo Santo stick. So all of the things that you need to cleanse your energy is in this box. There is no Sealanite wand though, so just so you know. We also have a mini 2-ounce bottle of Florida water. Florida water is also good for cleansing, guys. This you can use like to cleanse your glass products, your tools. I use this to cleanse my tools that I put on my altar. I also wipe the altar down using Florida water. We put Florida water in our mop water as well before we clean up the house, or any rag water, that type of thing. We put Florida water in a lot of stuff. So we use this for cleansing too. So we do a lot of energetic cleansing around here. It's just part of our lifestyle, our daily life. And that's basically what spirituality is, guys, is creating a routine and a lifestyle based upon connecting with your ancestors and cleaning yourself energetically and always remaining in a positive light and letting the negative energy just fall off or go off to the side. That's what spirituality is. It's really just a lifestyle. It's a way of being, a way of connecting to spirit, a way of connecting to God, your ancestors, and the universe. And I promise y'all, everything that you need is right here. It's right here in our heart, right in our heart chakra. And all we have to do is really tap in. And some people are not going to want to tap in. That's perfectly fine. Some people are not going to like what I have to say, and that's perfectly fine too. It's not my job to convince them. It's just my job to share the knowledge. So if you are interested in spirituality, or you're just interested in using these tools for yourself, the Essentials box is for you. We have this box on sale for new customers. So if you've never shopped at the regalphoenix.com, that box is $20 for new customers. All you have to do is put in the code alleviate, right? Alleviate is the code. It's going to take $9 off that product if you're a brand new customer. If you shopped with us before, I'm sorry, there's no new customer discount for you. However, if you shoot me an email, let me know that you've seen the broadcast, I could hook you up. Okay? So, if you guys have any questions, I'd love to answer any questions that you might have about spirituality, smudging, the tools that you've seen today, energetic cleansing, chakra, Reiki. I am here and at your disposal to answer your questions about spirituality. I didn't talk much about Reiki, but Reiki is also a great way to protect yourself spiritually and cleanse yourself energetically. Reiki is one of those things that's kind of like just all in one. It will give you total body healing, mind, body, and soul. Because what Reiki is life force energy. And so when you get a Reiki session, not only is your body going to be healing, but all of your chakras are going to be cleansed and charged. And so, if you're familiar with your chakras, each of the seven chakras inside your body relates to actual your internal organs, something physical in your body. So energetically, when your chakras are unbalanced or your chakras are blocked, then you're going to feel those effects physically. So if your heart chakra is blocked, you're going to experience heart failure or heart problems, things like that. If your solar plexus sacral is blocked, you're going to experience stomach issues or indigestion issues, because that those are the organs that are right in that area. So it's really important that you guys take care of yourself, that you protect yourself spiritually, that you cleanse energetically, because there are forces out here that we cannot see, that we don't know about. A lot of us are not tapped in or tuned in, so we can't feel this energy around us. And if we don't know that it exists and we don't believe that it exists, we cannot protect ourselves from it. So it was my purpose today, and my desire and my hope was that I could teach someone and guide someone and tell them how to protect themselves spiritually, how to begin their journey of spirituality, what rituals to start with, because really, first things first, when you're delving into the unknown, into the universe, when you are tapping into the spiritual realm, energy cleansing and protection are the most important things, because you never know what you might come across. You never know who you might come across or what type of energy might come across. So you have to protect yourself first when embarking upon this journey. And then it's also going to be very, very important that as you go throughout life and you hug people and you shake hands and you do business with people, that you cleanse their energy off of you and out of your aura. It got to go, y'all. And so if you're not doing that, just imagine how much energetic smog and negative energy that you're holding on to from other people. It's not even yours. It's not even your negative energy, but you're absorbing that energy into your aura and into your heart and your presence by involving yourself with these people or working with these people or being around these people. You just never know. And so in order to be have the best spiritual hygiene, cleanse and protect. Cleanse and protect. So that is all I have for you guys this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Sharena Loggins. I am the owner and founder of the Regal Phoenix. I am a Reiki master and crystal alchemist. I just wanted to share with y'all a little bit of how I protect myself spiritually and I cleanse myself energetically. A lot of these practices I do daily. As I mentioned before, I smudge my house every week. And so that helps my entire family, even if they don't practice the way that I do. My actions protect my family as well. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys today. So thanks for joining me on Swagger Magazine's page, y'all. Swagger, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you for allowing me the opportunity to come in front of your audience and share a little bit of my knowledge today. I hope to do it again. If y'all have any questions, I didn't see too many. Let me know. You can hit me up in the DMs on social media. All of my social media is the Regal Phoenix except Facebook. On Facebook, we are Shop Regal Phoenix, y'all. So hit me up if you have questions. If you have private questions, I know that happens a lot. Hit me up in the DM or send me an email. I will be glad to answer your questions, guys. That's it for me this evening. Y'all have a wonderful evening and be ready for the upcoming full moon on the 13th, okay? Good night.